Hello, everyone and everything, and welcome back to more Hollow Knight. In the last episode, we found our way down into the Royal Waterways, a sort of sewer/water runoff system underneath the City of Tears, and a sort of answer for where exactly all that rain is going. And in this episode, we are going to make our way back the way we came and pick up quite a few things that I accidentally missed, which is just as well, because we did have to head back this way anyway. First, oh dear, that doesn't look exactly makeable to me. Maybe? Ooh, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know why I even did that, though. I didn't have to. Oh, we just got the Bellfly entry, though. Let me go read that in a sec. An angry creature with no regard for its own life. A creature without fear. Can it truly be called prey? I'm realizing now that just the amount of entries that I remember for being interesting clashes in the hunter's ideology. Like the hunter, he loves the thrill. The thrill of the hunt. But the value that he gets from it is entirely... Oh, no, okay. Based on so much about the creature. Whether it's something pathetic, something challenging, something that values its own life or not. So cool how many different ways they went about that sort of thing. Alright, have I been through here? I have. Okay, so that's the path that we can't go back up right now, so we're gonna drop down here. Oh dear. These, I believe, are called Flukvies. And they're very annoying. Probably the most annoying part of falling down. Get ourselves a mask shard. No big deal. Halfway to 8 masks, though. That'll be really nice. Actually, the fact that I only do 1 damage to those is going to be a problem here soon. My nail has only been upgraded once. And ideally, I should have already upgraded it when I came back to the City of Tears, but I deliberately decided not to. Because it's going to... Oh, nice. Got that guy to fall straight in the water. Let's see here. We're missing... So when these guys touch the water, they die instantly, which is pretty cool. Got another Blug Sack here. More free Geo, should we ever make it back to Dirtmouth. Ideally we should. I mean, I'm not that much of a pessimist. And I believe that's everything down this particular path that we can get at the moment. So now let's go after that bench. Now, I wasn't sure when I passed over this whether or not we'd actually be able to climb back up this way. It looks like we can, so my fears were unfounded. Not to worry, though. Let's take a rest. See just what... Oh, you know... Hang on. The other thing I forgot to show last video is off to the right in the entry room here. I went immediately to the left, and I forgot that there's something kind of nice that I very much missed. Man, all these Bellflies, they don't like me, and the feeling is mutual. Shoot. Okay. Not a whole lot of enemies that die without you having to do anything. Okay. Let's keep falling down. This is my favorite area. It's funny, there's an upgrade that is essentially locked behind this area that makes it so much easier. Just far easier to do. And it is possible to have it by now, but I didn't get it. I didn't go that route because I thought that it flowed worse than the route that we're taking, but I'm regretting that now. So all the way over here, find something sort of startling. A rancid egg and a bug. Help me find. should we have played in classic mode, instead of being a corpse and a rancid egg, that is a full-blown character. He will sell us rancid eggs for a price. That price fluctuates. When I was testing it, it seemed to be between 80 and 100, pretty much consistently. And it's sort of just an oddity. It's nice that the game gives you the ability to buy them, just in case you do rely on Confessor Gigi in order to get your your shade back from hard-to-reach places. But the game gives you so many rancid eggs that I kind of doubt anyone has ever actually had to buy them from that fine fellow. So once again, a nice sort of advantage to playing Steel Soul mode is that we bypass that whole dealio and instead just get a nice little treat for exploring that far. Which of course will turn in for Geo once we get back up to Jin. So many names that I haven't had to remember for a while. Forgive me if I'm a bit stilted in remembering them. These enemies are kind of funny, because it took me a really long time to even notice what they're about. Whenever you hit them, they flip upside down and change their tactics completely. One way they crawl, the other way they jump. It's very unique, and they're just so weak that you basically never actually see them do their thing. Sir, please? Okay. No, another. Oh my goodness. Ow. Okay, I believe this is the way we want to be heading right now. That was an expert dodge. Absolutely brilliant. Wait a minute. Have I? Where am I? I have the thing on. How did I get back up here? I did say early on that I have most of the areas in this game very well memorized. This is just not one of those. The waterways, everything looks the same. The way all of the corridors sort of mix and match and twist and turn. It's very difficult to sort of pick out all the landmarks. Now listen closely. You can hear a certain something. Someone sounds to be having quite a good time around here. Everyone say a warm welcome to the Dung Defender. The Dung Defender is a fan favorite character for obvious reasons. Just look at how boisterous he is. Makes it easy to forget how absolutely gross everything about this fight is. But forget about that, because we have a lot to cover here. First of all, the Dung Defender is one of very few non-Dream Warriors to have variable health based on your nail upgrades. Secondly, all of his attacks are rather complicated, many having multiple different hitboxes. He has the Shot Put, the Butterfly Stroke, the Curl, and the High Dive. The Shot Put looks pretty simple. He'll gather up a ball of dung and then hurl it forward at a slightly random angle. However, there's a lot going on under the hood with this one. Most pressing of all, his arm here doesn't really look like an attack, but try hanging out in his personal space and you'll see just how much of an attack this is. It's possible to attack from just outside this attack's range if you've got the Mark of Pride equipped, but it's going to be much more reliable to just briefly retreat whenever you see him bend over to gather up the dung. But that's all not even getting into the balls themselves, which are bizarre and have unique bouncing physics. They will not disappear off stage until they hit the ground for the third time, and their trajectory can be changed by hitting them with the nail. Or they can be destroyed if you hit them with a spell. You'll probably want to do at least one of those, because these things are sporadic, and when bouncing around in conjunction with other attacks, it is far too easy for one to sneak up on you. However, as you might expect with something that bounces, tucking yourself into a corner can be an excellent idea. In fact, stark contrast to just about every other fight we've done so far, staying in the corner is almost always safe from all of his attacks. If things get dicey, feel free to wedge yourself in and heal up. But we're still not done talking about shot puts, because there are actually 3 different varieties that he can do. The first is really simple. He'll just throw one ball and then carry on. However, if he throws 2 balls, he'll always immediately follow it up with one of 2 attacks, either the high dive or the curl, both of which we'll get to in a bit. Finally, on to his second attack, the butterfly stroke. This is basically just a really slow dash forward, but don't let the funky animation distract you. As such, the ideal way to dodge is just to jump overhead, and probably get in a nail pogo as you do so. Or you can dash and retreat to the corner. For some reason, he will never chase you that far. His third attack, the curl, is probably the most difficult. As I said, he can do this attack after doing 2 shot puts in a row, but actually, he will only ever do this attack following the double shot put. That means that if he's doing this, you've got 3 bouncing hitboxes flying around the screen, which can absolutely feel overwhelming. Hiding away in the corner is a very solid response, but you should also know that he follows very similar rules to his bouncing dung balls. He'll only end this attack if he's staggered or once he hits the ground for the 5th time. On top of that, he's just as susceptible to your nail as the dung balls. This makes it completely possible to just bully him. Slash upward from the ground and dash in the same direction as him, and you can literally juggle him until he's staggered. The timing of this can be a little tricky, and it's another thing that's made easier with the Mark of Pride, but it is so worthwhile. Just make sure not to jump up to meet him, or you'll probably just drop the combo. Finally, we have the high dive. First, he'll dive down into the ground, practically leaving the arena entirely, as neither of you can hit each other during this stage of the attack. After a few seconds, this little earth disturbance that he makes will go still, and he'll burst straight up from underground, creating 4 dung balls in an arc to either side of him as he does. These dung balls are very similar to the shot put ones, with the major distinction being that they disappear after hitting the ground for the first time instead of the third. This attack is super easy to dodge as soon as you know where he's jumping up from. All you have to do is stay close to that initial launching spot and all the balls will land harmlessly elsewhere. That is, of course, if you even let him reach this point. Rewind to a few seconds ago when I said that neither of you can hit each other while he's underground, and that was a bold-faced lie. In fact, while underground, he is completely susceptible to the Desolate Dive and Descending Dark spells. Use the spells anywhere on stage while he's underground, and he'll be forced back above ground, interrupting the attack and putting him in a unique stagger state that doesn't actually count against his stagger counter, meaning that you can actually stagger him out of this stagger state, and it's amazing. Just keep in mind that this only works during this attack. It doesn't affect him during the butterfly stroke. One last thing, he will perform a unique Berserk version of this attack when he reaches 50% of his health to signify the start of his second phase. He'll only do this once per battle, and actually it's the only difference between the 2 phases. After doing a big shout, he'll dive into the ground and move around down there much faster than before, bursting upwards sooner than usual. When he hits the ground, he'll immediately go back underground and repeat the process until he's performed about 6 consecutive jumps, at which point his behavior will return to normal. Mind you, none of this really matters, because you can still interrupt this attack with the ground pound spell. But that's it for his attacks. Let's break down the game plan. Our objective here is to bully him relentlessly. If you have to retreat to the corners to heal, that's just fine, but otherwise, you should basically always be right up in his business slashing away. One thing to note is that the startup animations of the butterfly stroke and the high dive are very similar, so it's best to assume that he's going to use the butterfly stroke because that's the one that's more likely to hit you if you guess wrong. If it's the high dive after all, just hit him with your own dive. One final note, I actually do want to make a charm recommendation here. Purely on the merits of how much easier it makes dodging the shot put, I recommend Mark of Pride. After all, this guy's clearly pretty proud of himself. Now let's knock him down a peg. Alright. This guy hasn't really earned it, but he seems to be willing to find a worthy opponent, so let's take him down. Bullying! The one-time bullying is okay. Get out of here, I'm not done with you. You picked the wrong bug, boyo. Ouch. Get back here. Do something that I can bully. Yeah, like that. Boing. Oops. Oh, I missed. Oh man, he's bouncing too fast. Dang it. Get out of here. This boss is a huge fan favorite, and for very, very clear reasons. He's just having so much fun in the fight. He's so just joyous. Why are you moving so fast? I can't hit you when you move that fast. Yeah! Get out of here. You're done. We get the achievement Honor for, honestly, a very dishonorable victory on him. But a unique boss who, like Hornet, does not perish when we defeat them. You saw he actually burrowed his way back into his giant dung ball back there. And yes, he is a dung beetle, so everything around here is exactly what you think it is. Now, we got an entry for him, too. The Dung Defender. Skilled combatant living at the heart of the waterways, assails intruders with balls of compacted dung. Fighting for honor or for loyalty. You may as well be fighting for dust. If you want to kill, do it for your own sake. That is the nature of the true hunter. To each their own, my fine hunting friend. I think that guy's got it all figured out pretty well. So this big switch here is incredibly important. It's not going to be clear exactly what that did. Filled up with some of that acidic looking water. Before we travel on, let's jump on down here. We've got a very well hidden King's Idol. And several statues made of dung. Not clear what any of them exactly depicts, although this one right here looks very much like the Dung Defender we just took down. Interesting indeed. We may come back here eventually for something more. Now here, we'll find... Whoa! A massive shaft. This is actually an elevator shaft, not unlike some others that we've ascended in elevators. But if we see this broken chain up here, seems there is no elevator to go up and down in. But we have been out here. This is that residential quarter of the City of Tears. And if we head down to the bottom of this shaft, which I'm going to try and do with minimal death, but there are hazards aplenty once you get lower down. Oop. Keep moving. Avoid spikes. Oh my goodness, look at all of them. And down here at the bottom, all the lighting has changed significantly. But more importantly, we can get ourselves some dream essence. Collecting this stuff is just addicting, honestly. Like, even the Whisper Roots don't give that many. I also have to draw attention to just the striking image of that fallen elevator. We've seen so many that are just intact and all... Oh, jeez. They do this on purpose. There we go. I really shouldn't be doing this right now. Actually, can I make it back up there? I'm sure I can. Yo, come on, dude. Ah, what I wouldn't give for... Okay. Okay, we made it. Right. That was scary. We all looked kind of trapped there. We're also going to grab as much Geo as we can. Because money is the one true power in this world. You, nice thread that needle through the needles. Get more Geo. Get more Dream Essence. And that was... I was holding the opposite direction, but since I touched the wall, I just dashed the wrong way. So we can see some of the pipes, similar to the one that was attached to the lever we flipped right after we beat the Dung Defender. We can see all that acid flowing towards it. We'll see exactly what that's for in due time, of course. And that should do it. There weren't a lot of places for me to miss anything. And all the dream catchers go away. Perfect. Went ahead and bench warped back over here. I want to show one of the new charms we got, the Defender's Crest. Unique charm bestowed by the King of Hallownest to his most loyal knight. Scratched and dirty, but cared for. Causes the bearer to emit a heroic odor. So yes, if we put this on, we stink. And that does just a little bit of damage to anything that touches our heroic odor. Not my favorite charm as far as aesthetics go, but it does have its uses. I'm going to go ahead and switch my charms around now. I want these ones, I believe. That should be pretty good. Actually, hang on. No, yep, we're doing this. This is how it's going. Ow. Okay. I don't know if this is a good idea. I fell for the oldest trick in the book. Away with you, jeez. Oh man, everything in here is just a nuisance. Okay, so we've got another bit of crumbling ground down here. And what's more, an area that looks like we won't be able to come back up if we fall down it, so whatever our business here, we'd best take care of it on our first try. No troubles here so far. All these different kinds of flukes. Nope, there we go. One thing that has helped me out a lot is having that upgrade to Descending Dark. The bigger hitbox on it is one of the most important parts of getting that early. Please no. Goodness gracious. Tell you what, take those guys out for me. Good job. If you're not gonna help me, I'm gonna make you work for me. Whether you want to or not. And we can see how much junk is down here. All these chests. Looks like geo. Just rocks and barrels. Tons of things have probably just been cast down into the sewer. And eventually they all have to flow somewhere, and I don't like maggots. They are the whole aesthetic of just fly eggs and larvae and all the this makes me uneasy. I know that the flukes are basically maggots, but it's the sheer volume and like squishiness. Just that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Something fierce. Oh, okay. Alright, past that. Now, up this way. Okay, nice. We break our way a shortcut. Back the way we came. Hang on. It's just as well, because now we get a map of the whole room we just explored. But now we can make use of that shortcut instead of everything else. Heading on this. Oh, goodness. Okay. So what there is to actually find around here is just down this way. More maggots. Gross. And through this way we find the Fluke Marm. I guess you could say this whole boss fight's this whole fight's a fluke. No, but seriously, Fluke Marm barely justifies this bio. With only one possible attack and she doesn't even move, pretty much no matter how you go about this fight, you're gonna win. But hey, let's delve in anyway. Her sole attack is Fluke Spawn. Fluke Spawn will summon 2 Fluke Fees from any 2 of her 4 outer orifices. Fluke Fees themselves are somewhat threatening since they move fast and home in well, but with only 13 health, as long as you've upgraded your nail twice, they'll fall in just 1 hit. The only real strategy here is to let them come to you instead of trying to chase them down. As for general tips, all I can really offer is where to stand, and boy do you have options. I like these lower platforms myself. There's enough time in a jump to get 2 slashes off, and the platform is an alright spot to fend off the fluke fees. But this lower area is even better for that, since you have some cover and they have fewer angles to approach from. So drop down if things get hectic. If you're feeling a little riskier though, this fight is a nail pogo enthusiast's dream. The boss literally can't move, she just has to sit there and take it. Since she can't launch fluke fees directly upward, this spot gives you tons of time to react and plan your strikes accordingly. Not feeling like a daredevil on a pogo stick? That's alright too. Just equip Mark of Pride and hang out right here underneath to get almost the exact same results. Need to heal? You can do that too. Just clear out what's on screen and heal a mask before she sends out more. Basically, just go nuts and have fun with this one. And yes, the fact that she is attractive is canon. Wake her up. It's been a long time since we've had a boss that we actually had to wake up. Now, I'm actually not very confident about this because, quite on purpose, I have gone out of my way not to upgrade my nail to the 3rd tier, which means that pretty much no matter what we do, we're not going to be one-shotting any of these fluke fees. Which, oh gosh, which might cause me more trouble than it was worth. Man. Oh, this was a mistake. Oh, this was a mistake. Can I leave? I can leave! Oh, thank goodness. I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. So I was gonna do it as a challenge, but honestly, I've never practiced that sort of thing. I have no way of practicing that, so no, not this time. We are putting on fragile strength and we're doing it the right way. Call me a coward, I don't care. I'm not losing as much progress as I've made. Not to fluke marm. Not that of all things. I wonder how speedrunners do that. She just completely overwhelms you with all of her little guys. Alright. I'm setting up shop right up top and doing this my way. It's like a relaxing vacation compared to what I was trying to do. Fluke Marm defeated. We get the charm Fluke Nest for that. Living Charm, born in the gut of the Fluke Marm, transforms the Vengeful Spirit spell into a horde of volatile baby flukes. Gross. Ew, gross, weird. One more detour to be found from the bench up top. If we go from up here, instead of going down, notice the light trickling in from above. We can head up top. And we find ourselves in Maggot Central. This is probably my least favorite singular room in the whole game. If not the, it's definitely up there. Here we find these... Oh man, I don't remember their names. I'm gonna find out as soon as we beat one. But they have tons of health. These are one of the ones that deals 2 damage. They can't really be stopped or slowed down. All we can do is avoid them. A fluke munga. Gross. Yeah, you can see their crawlways where they've squished their own eggs up against the walls. It's just, Team Cherry, why? Why did you have to do this? Oh gosh. The more shortcuts we get, the better. Almost certainly. Is there one up here that I missed? Oh, there's one. Okay. I should have equipped more soul stuff as if I was coming in here. Oh well. Nice dodge. Oh, there's one down below. I did not not notice it. Are you dead yet? There we go. Whew, that would have been a bit risky. I'm gonna take out all of these, just because getting their entry... This is the only room where these guys even exist. Oh no, I'm cornered. Oh no, 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 no. Yep, there was no way out for that. Okay, how do I get over there? I assume up this way, but this is the end. Hang on. Here we are. Found the other half. Is there? He is out here. This is really cutting into my time here, mister. You know what? I'm gonna absorb the hit. Because I just want... Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with him at all. I'm absorbing this hit too. Ooh, hey! Oh, that was smart. Look at me, thinking with my actual head. Sending dark, it's like his weakness. Up this way. Honestly, I don't know why I was so hung up on finding my way over here. There's nothing over here but a shortcut down to the rest of it. Which is... Here it is. So all that to find our way to where we've already been. But that's okay. Not an enormous deal. Unlike those maggots. Which are enormous. Okay. But, now that we've braved that... See one of the many drains off that direction. Fall down here and we make our way to the junk pit. The trash heap of Hallownest. Where everything ends up eventually. A cocoon chained with a simple lock. Unfortunately, we are in the hole 2 keys right now. As far as the amount of locks we've seen. So nothing for us to really find here. A bit of geo here and there. Aw, gatherflies. I would ask how you made your way into a geo chest, but I hardly need to ask, I suppose. So other than that very prominent cocoon, there isn't much in here for us. We are going to have to instead make our way up this way. And we can see the fungal wastes off in the background, including some of those enemies that are known for it. And make our way to an interior area here. Find some stuff that may have been under construction once upon a time. And we're sort of in the fungal wastes, sort of not. We've got the fungal waste geo, but technically this area is still the Royal Waterways. If we head over in this pool, though, we find something pretty unique. Break past this grate. More maggots! Thought we were done with you. Noisy, glah, glah, scary, up, up. Stay here, glah. Glah, glah, mother sends treasure. Gather it up. Safe, glah, little sisters, glah, glah. Mother's glow, so angry, so angry. Yes, that is actually just about the only intelligent fluke that we've ever seen, the Fluke Hermit. The Fluke Marm is basically the mother of all of the flukes that we have seen in the Royal Waterways. So maybe cutting that off at the source will mean we have to deal with less, but I know that's not the case. Everything else respawns. There's no truly dealing with all of the bugs in the world. Break through that, and we have found a shortcut up topside. We are back up in the City of Tears proper. Was that really just now getting the entry of the husk? These civilized bugs of Hallownest were weak in life, and oh, they are equally weak in death. Send them back into the dirt where they were born. Harsh but fair. Now, I learned the cold truth there. My nail's too weak, sir. Oh, you've returned. I see you have some pale ore, a rare, fine metal that. Give me the ore and some geo for my efforts, and I'll reforge your nail to make it stronger. Yes, please. As you wish. I'll get to work then. There we go. The reforging is complete. I've added a channel to your nail. It should cut much more efficiently. You'll find it stronger than it used to be. Head out there and test its blade against your foes. Yes, the channeled nail now does 13 damage, up 4 from the 9 of the sharpened nail. Much better. And a welcome improvement. This is weird. I had planned on bench warping back to where we were, but it actually teleported me just down to this random spot in the junk pit. I know essentially why it did that, but it's very strange that it did. If I remember that this happened, I will explain that once it's not a spoiler. Anyway, I guess I'll meet you back in the Royal Waterways. Who do you think you are, game? After all the thought that I've put into my routing, you just shoot it in the foot like that, make me have to trek across this upper layer. Goodness gracious. And back at the bench where we are meant to be. Okay, well, that was quite a few things. 2 bosses in this episode. Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We will pick up where we left off next time. In the meantime, if you like this video, well, I will surround you with absolutely disgusting maggots and fly eggs as far as the eye can see. Ugh. See you guys next time.